Essa tresse cortine, sono se cortine genere, se mi riviene intanto a mi sciusi al mest perfetto, se si suppose, fa che non sono andato a ripetere si sa. Sky, the same sky is except from Sunday, the same was sky since yes, practically last Wednesday or Tuesday, the weeks, previous week, and it's totally cloudy, partly cloudy. So in one, even if there is one of the dates less than the one of yesterday, and 2 days ago, it's particularly yesterday. According, well, it's just considering the trend of last days, according to consider what radio, considering my sensations, settings, it's not so sure that later at the game, ink dark blaker, and also at material in front of you, and three from later in really close. Let's say we see what happens. As present obviously interventions of Richard, si può sapere if skiers come scheme today, Richiar. Beta, so se lì soffrono. Mi dico, quindi the new white curtain, green flowers and longer flowers mixed between the plants, this is a new curtain, that's number one. It was also the birthday of the previous curtain, a beautiful grey with beautiful plant meshes, tulip and this passage from this new curtain, from the old curtain to the new curtain, other things, lead the words I wrote in point 2 of comment 1, first comment, perhaps also the fourth or third point, as the fourth point of in the comment section. I don't know if you can see it really well from the shots near beginning of this. Green flowers, longer flowers and longer flowers mixed plants. Or if not also from this other, I think even better. It is practically the first part of the video to which I showed you the atmosphere, the sky, the weather from the window. Or also from this other, practically it's similar to the classical shot film more than 3 seconds for the green shooter, perhaps also for the first curtain, colored curtain. Don't remember exactly, and among other things, the colored curtain is also in the cover image of the still in the cover image of the shot. I'm always miss to change it a little more. I surely one time I will do this thing, and surely film for the curtain previous, and also now I see to this shot is also related this effect, the fact that both when there is it, the green reshoot and also when there is, but more when there is because the effects measure. Now I see already a little special sentence, but some little special sentences I use in fact also for the, so this is the case for the grey curtain, but also in this case perhaps also for the first curtain, the curtain, I don't remember, but surely for the grey curtain, now now I once again I'll say this little special sentence also for the new curtain, and this little special sentence is, but also always better visible for me. It's sentire, inizia shot, attenzione, si immagina shot. Una sega di uscire di un'attività per persone che a lei delle similità special sentence for the curtain repeat once again is it is but also always better visible for me in its entirety. Here in this shot at the one is mega region shot. And finally, from a medical keyboard, Magic 614 PG 625 also in this case is mega shot. Questo è the people for the 100%. It's really good thing to wear. So I'm going to system. So myself and trust the skis and finally I hope you will get the breakfast. Today it's in general. Mult frumos, fac Dumnezeu lite mai frumos. Att bo importanța este să fie fundă la reci, asemenea toate trebuie să sarem fac în breakfast fientene subito. Sarto vita. Fientene parte invertita fus lui este so. Sin che trego di srego, asemenea toate tre il suo sarcio. Today I repeat close close si che dico, little summers. They're just roll you just in 13 and 35 minutes. Hatta, l'importante è che ci sia, ma attenzione, mi also be first one this I'm really angry. And as we always see, ecco, sono most beautiful things left over. Absolutely. As you know, since many months, sono sciozzo, mi sono fatto biscuits. As you know, since many months, I think most one year is also going to think effect of reason Friday, but this should be the time in the period where I promised to do it. I promised to do it one time. So now in time I check better set you. The president did then you started to say all these things and from his other you show some si che se inizia giochi poi sono talking about most one year. Adesso ma stiamo in questo nu non sono iniziata a fare biscuits dal mio beautiful combo sul beautiful biscuits da sia I think it's one of my favorite cantare su biscuits da chocolate chip or the cookies with the chips chocolate or chocolate chips. If I'm mistaken, most of the biscuits are strange. Not in particular. There are two things that you say red and the rest of but make a factory so short only get it coffee but also not quick chocolate factory and the short fragment in the short and if last 10 11 or so is most 1 year as so it should be time the period I also lost the point as I know that there was no money it's quick definition. Now there is one thing we brought it once again I think 103 and 4 and 5 as is sure so should be this time the period also lost the point as I know that check it 105 days and so since that moment I inserted it once again in the milk so very good news and within this episode the fact that because breakfast rosa bomb this period in particular mea bomb and if for this case the last period is gioco so I talk about most one but insomma was so of course I'm referring to first time to that period but insomma also means the tool Nicolas breakfast rosa mea bomb and second thing is about this and if the Arab CS the corn and Italian, sì, grazie, mi sa sempre in questa posizione. Magari mi sa lettere metodi su. Cosa? Ma ti fai questa posizione per me, la Obama. Italian, sì, grazie, ma cosa? A tu come nel metodi, because they are really super bad. Adesso tomorrow se potete fare lei perché non ti tomorrow quello vi lepre a sì